Eyewitness Weather forecast.
And a good Monday evening to everybody. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed, tracking continual poor air quality as well as that haze right behind us. That's a live look right now from Smith Hill, and you'll notice more of the same in downtown Utica. There is sun. I promise it's there. It's just so hazy out there right now. 81 degrees, so at least it's not hot and humid. It's just hazy, although it is kind of hot, but the humidity is somewhat noticeable, around 61 degrees. Winds out of the west-northwest at 7 miles an hour. That's producing that haze, and it feels a tad warmer because of that. Feels like 82 at this time. Cooler to the north and down toward the south, where we've got the middle and upper 70s, but Camden and Utica and also Syracuse, Seneca Falls, all at 81 degrees at this time with a lot of haze. As I mentioned, those dew points are a little bit noticeable, but they're not oppressively humid in the middle and upper 50s to the lower 60s right now, and they'll remain in the lower 60s as we head through the next couple of days, which is good because temperatures will be between 85 and 90 degrees as we go throughout the next 4 to 5 days, maybe even beyond. And keep in mind the average high for this time of year right around 81. So we'll be seeing some warmer than average temperatures, but at least it won't be accompanied by humidity levels that are into the upper 60s and lower 70s. It'll be more like the low to mid 60s. So while it's somewhat noticeable, it's not oppressively humid. Of course, the big story over the next couple of days will continue to be the air quality. There's a circle of moderate air quality right around the Utica-Rome area and most of the Mohawk Valley, but surrounding that in all directions, it's unhealthy for sensitive groups. Unfortunately, I expect that to be even worse as we head through the day tomorrow with more of the smoke not only in the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere, but also down at the surface, at least through Wednesday morning, especially from the valley on toward the south. So for that reason, the air quality alert that has been in effect since yesterday now continues through midnight tomorrow night. That was recently extended in time about an hour and a half to 2 hours ago, and will all be in the unhealthy for sensitive groups category. That means AQIs between 150 or 101 and 150. So that means that the immunocompromised will really be affected. The good news is that you just saw the radar is quiet, which is good and bad news. Good for those of you that are vacationing, bad news for farmers and gardeners, and it looks like we'll only be dealing with 10% chances of rain for Tuesday night through Thursday, and then possibly Saturday night into Sunday. The best chance of rain doesn't come in until next Monday, August 11th, with an upper level low heading our way, possibly producing some thunderstorms. So tomorrow and tonight we'll see a lot of that haze and some mid and higher level clouds. There could be an isolated or spotty shower. That would be the best bet tomorrow night into Wednesday, but I wouldn't count on it. Most of the time is dry, even right through the day on Wednesday, and Wednesday looks a little bit better in terms of the air quality. Certainly the worst of it is tomorrow. We'll be seeing a carbon copy in terms of temperatures, 88 to 65 Tuesday and Wednesday. We'll be not far from that as we head through Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday we could be making a run at 90 degrees with some humidity in there as well. And then overnight lows are in the 60s, as I mentioned, remaining dry but still very warm, even heading into the weekend, and a spotty storm possible on Monday.
Thank you, Jordan.
Now, your Eyewitness Weather forecast.
And a good Monday evening to everybody. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed, tracking another day of poor air quality before we finally start to see improvements as we head through the middle and end of the week. But let's take a live look right now at downtown Utica, where we're dealing with some of that haze, although you can't quite see it out there right now. 67 degrees, dew point is at 62, so the humidity is in the moderate category, and we're dealing with a little bit of that as we head through the week also. And winds are calm at this time. So temperatures across other portions of the region, cooler down toward the south, where we've got the lower to middle 60s, warmer up toward the north, middle, and upper 60s there. Johnstown still at 70 degrees out there right now. Just toward the west, the port city of Oswego right now is at 59. As far as temperatures were concerned earlier this afternoon, the high temperatures were in the upper 70s to the lower and middle 80s. It was 82 in all across many portions of Oneida County, Camden, Boonville, and Utica, and down toward Oneonta as well. The rest of us not far from that. Syracuse got up to 84 today. As far as where we're going over the next couple of days, we'll have temperatures right tomorrow through Friday between 85 and 90, and both weekend days we could be on either side of 90 degrees. That will be in tandem with humidity that will be noticeable, but certainly not oppressive. Most of the humidity values will be between, the dew point values I should say, between 60 to 65 with the next few days. It might come up to the mid and upper 60s as we head through Saturday, but that would be the exception and not the rule. The big story continues to be the air quality, which right now is in in the sensitive groups category, meaning that we have AQI values between 101 and 150. And unfortunately, that looks to be the case again during the day tomorrow, because not only will we be dealing with the haze from the Canadian wildfires in the middle and upper levels of the atmosphere, but also down here at the surface. And that looks to be the case right on through Wednesday morning before we finally see some improvements. For that reason, the air quality alert has been extended for not just central New York, but the entire region surrounding that until midnight tomorrow night, and we'll have to see if it gets extended beyond that. But as I mentioned, Wednesday certainly looks better in terms of air quality. Tomorrow, the map will look very similar to the way it is right now. The good news, well, good news and bad news is that the fact that the radar is dry, free and clear of precipitation, and it's expected to stay that way through most of the week. I do have 10% rain chances tomorrow night through Thursday, although we may have to bump that up as we head through Wednesday, which is some good news for the gardeners as well as any farmers out there. I'll show you that on our future cast. We'll have the haze as well as some mid and higher level clouds during the overnight hours and through the day tomorrow as well, with temperatures in the 80s, moderate levels of humidity. Same as we go through Wednesday, kind of a rinse and repeat situation, although we may be dealing with some more numerous showers as we head through the day on Wednesday. So when you tune back in tomorrow, that rain chance is only 10% right now, but it could easily be higher. So just be mindful of that. 88 and 65 your highs and lows both Tuesday and Wednesday, although the air quality noticeably better as we head through Wednesday. Thursday and Friday will still be between 85 and 90 with, again, just moderate levels of humidity, but remaining dry. The next best chance of rain once we get past Wednesday and Thursday, it doesn't come in until past the weekend, until we get into Monday when we could be in the 90s.
All right, Jordan, thank you. College football.
Now, your eyewitness weather forecast.
And a good Monday evening to everybody. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed, tracking one more day of poor air quality before we finally start to see some slow but sure improvements as we go through the middle and end of the week. So let's take a live look right now from downtown Utica. Currently 68 degrees. Dew point is 62, and it's going to remain in that range of 60 to 65 as we go throughout the week. I'll show you that in a second. We do have a calm wind out there right now, and obviously the heat index still at 68 at this time. As far as other temperatures from around the region, we've got some cooler numbers down toward the south, more like the middle and upper 50s and to the lower 60s. The warmest areas are across the valley and up toward the north, where actually we have Boonville at 72, and it's still 66 in Old Forge at this time, 67 over in Syracuse. That's after we had high temperatures today in the upper 70s to the lower and middle 80s, like Utica had 82 degrees, same thing in Boonville and Camden, over in Oneonta as well, and it was 84 over in Syracuse. I think we'll be a couple of degrees warmer than that tomorrow. And same thing as we go through Wednesday, but definitely better air quality on Wednesday than we'll see tomorrow. We might go down briefly on Thursday, but then it comes up again, and we may be at or above 90 as we head into the weekend, but that's in tandem with only moderate levels of humidity, unlike the oppressive humidity that we had for most of the month of July. Dew point values, I should say, over the next few days will generally be around 60 to 65 degrees, although they may be a little bit higher than that as we head through Saturday, more like between 65 and 70. The big story over the next few days will continue to be the air quality, and currently the air quality index for most of us is between 101 and 150, meaning that it's unhealthy for sensitive groups. So think about the immunocompromised, those with heart and lung disease, as well as the elderly and very young children as well. Unfortunately, we're going to continue to see that smoke from the Canadian wildfires, not only in the middle and upper levels of the atmosphere, but also down at the surface through at least Wednesday morning. But the worst of it will be through tomorrow, and that's the reason why this air quality alert is still in effect for not just central New York, but most of the regions surrounding that as well. And it has been extended through tomorrow night at midnight. The reason being that because the air quality index will continue to be in the unhealthy for sensitive groups category again during the day tomorrow. So if you fall under that category, maybe a good idea to limit your time outside and take a mask with you if you need it as well. The radar's dry, free and clear precipitation, which is good news for those of you on vacation, but bad news for those of you that need the rain, like gardeners as well as farmers. And unfortunately, we've only got low rain chances for tomorrow, although they may come up a little bit as we head through Wednesday. So we may have to update that forecast for tomorrow. I'll show you what I mean here with futurecast. Hazy conditions for Tuesday. The air quality improves as we head through Wednesday. And then we may see a shower or thunderstorm heading our way through the afternoon. The next best chance of rain once we get beyond that comes our way on Monday. So temperatures both tomorrow and on Wednesday, 88 and 65 the high and low respectively. We're not far from the mid to upper 80s both Thursday and Friday with a mix of sun and clouds. And then we could make a run at 90 Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And then, as I mentioned, those storm chances coming back at us as we head into Monday.
Thank you, Jordan. You're watching